Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Administrator Criswell, thank you for being here with us today. You know as well as I do that Alabama is no stranger to natural disasters and FEMA. I want to thank you for your attention to the recovery efforts and for making the trip to Alabama to survey the damage firsthand. Thank you. Administrator Criswell, since 2021, we've seen FEMA divert precious time, resources, and manpower to deal with this administration's border crisis. This includes by diverting funds intended for American families struggling with hunger and homelessness to illegal aliens, and by developing FEMA's personnel to quickly expand safe and appropriate shelter and provide food, water, and basic medical care for migrants illegally arriving in the United States. This all comes at a time when the agency is severely understaffed. A May 2023 GAO report found that FEMA faces a staffing shortfall of approximately 6,200 employees. In the report, FEMA officials attributed this staffing deficiency to additional responsibilities the agency has been saddled with. One could conclude that the border mission is one such responsibility that you have been saddled with. It could all be alleviated if this administration would just secure the southern border. I understand that DHS as a whole is facing staffing shortages, but pulling FEMA and other agencies away from their primary mission isn't a solution, especially when the mission is a vital resource for those in my district. My question for you is, when Alabamians are working to recover from a natural disaster, hurricane, tornado, and desperately are waiting for FEMA trucks to roll in and give them some relief, when they're wondering when help is coming, what do you want me to tell them? Because I'm having to tell them that FEMA's limited staff is busy serving illegal aliens, and we'll get to them later just doesn't cut it.
Congressman, again, FEMA does not have an immigration mission. Our mission is to help people before, during, and after these severe weather events that we continue to see. That is our focus. As the GAO report pointed out, some of the staffing shortfalls, the majority of that is within our reservist workforce. And again, I really appreciate the bipartisan support of passing the CREW Act, which gives us the opportunity to recruit and retain, similar to our Department of Defense counterparts that have USERRA protection. This is a critical tool for us to make sure we can build up that reservist workforce. I can assure you, Congressman, that our focus is always on helping people that have been impacted by these severe weather events. It will remain our focus. They will not see a shortfall in our ability to come in and help them.
Thank you, and I thank you for your commitment. I also want to recognize that this Oversight Committee members with a large background in law enforcement. We've got police officers here, homicide investigators, 39 years as a firefighter, serving in every position from a ranger to assistant fire chief. I think that offers a lot in this committee, and I want to thank those that serve here on both sides of the aisle. We've got folks that were 911 dispatchers, firefighters. I worked for Huntsville MedFlight. You just go down that list. I've also worked 4 or 5 natural disasters, including the tornadoes of 2011, where 350 homes were totally destroyed, practically in my backyard. Thousands of homes with major damage. 9 of my neighbors lost their life. And in record time, we removed more than 500,000 cubic yards of debris. It was a great relationship with FEMA. The Southeast was totally destroyed in a matter of days, but I'll tell you this right here, we learn from every event. The one thing that I do want to say is that FEMA cannot, we've got to focus on readiness. I think that it's at a great point because our next natural disaster is a matter of days away. I thank you for your service, and I'd like to yield back any remaining time that I've got to Representative Moreland.